Today I'm going to continue exploring this concept of how do you eat more and at the same time lose weight, stop binge eating, stop emotional eating. It sounds like a completely paradoxical thing. Aren't you supposed to eat less to lose weight? Aren't you supposed to control your diet? Isn't gonna eating more mean that you'll have more calories and calories will make you gain weight? How the heck is this gonna all work out? So there's two primary concepts that I covered in another video, which I'm gonna link down below. Basically, when you fill up on the good stuff, when you eat more of the good stuff, and the good stuff is high fat, high protein, high fiber, unprocessed foods. When you eat more of the good stuff, you fill up, you feel happy and full, and you decrease your snacking and binge eating. And that's how the math works out. I covered that in a video down below, but I'm going to be exploring 3 nutrition secrets about this high fat, high protein, whole food diet right here with you. These secrets are space, nutrients, and staying power. They help explain why the weight loss math works out. So let's just dive into things. Let's get into the first one, which is space. When we think about foods, oftentimes we assume that all calories are created equal. And I know that seems like on paper that's true. After all, a calorie is a unit of measurement. But in practice, there's vast differences. And you can easily test this out for yourself. If you go to a Panera store and you buy a sandwich, it's going to be around 1,000 calories, 600 to 1,000 calories. It might have some meat in there, it might have some sauce, you name it, some veggies. It's going to be around 600 to 1,000 calories. If you buy those same ingredients and get those same ingredients at the store, calorie-wise, it's going to be about equal. A slice of bread is around 100 calories or so, give or take. And the math, quote unquote, works out where the Panera sandwich is equal to the sandwich that you buy fresh from the store. However, visually and it's a completely different story. The Panera sandwich is small. If you get these ingredients yourself, it's bigger. The bread is thicker. The ingredients are just like thicker and bigger. And this is because processed foods that are found in restaurants, takeout, plastic bags, 99% of the time they are processed. And processed foods, they want things to be small, so it takes up less space on the grocery aisle. And they also strip out a lot of the nutrients, which we'll get into in a little bit. But the smallness is important because your stomach doesn't treat all calories equal. A calorie comes in food. So if the food takes up more space, your belly reads that as fullness. So essentially what I'm saying is you could have the same 1,000 calorie Panera sandwich and the same 1,000 calorie sandwich you made at home, but on one, if you ate it, your stomach would be full. But if you ate the one from Panera, it would be less full, because the one you make at home takes up more space. It makes your belly feel full. And what happens if your belly is nice and full? Do you think you have more of an urge to eat or less of an urge to eat? You have less of an urge to eat. The food cravings go down. So you can have the same amount of calories, but the effect of it is different. So when you have high fat, high protein, high fiber foods that are found in nature, that are unprocessed, it fills you up. It's the same calories, but it fills you up and lasts longer, which is another concept we'll be talking about. Does that make sense? Let's go on to the second point here. The second point here is nutrients. So this is another underrated concept about how our bellies evaluate fullness. Now, if you noticed so far, the enlightenment is all about being happy with food, and not up here happiness, not in your mind or mental happiness, but in your stomach happiness. The difference between the two is that often you can confuse mental happiness when you say, oh, I didn't eat today, I did a good job not eating, but your belly happiness when you don't eat is very sad. So we want to have belly happiness. That's what this whole thing is about. Belly happiness keeps us full and satisfied and leads us to, as I said earlier, snack less and binge eat less and emotionally eat less, and also has more nutrients. So let's get into nutrients and how this whole concept works. Just like we get full and satisfied when our bellies have food that takes up space, our bellies also crave nutrition. This is simple to understand. We need nutrition to live. Vitamins are good for us. And yet, processed foods do not contain as many vitamins. So this means the carrot you buy from the store that is in a plastic bag, it's good. I actually do that. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's the end of the world. I cook a lot of my veggies that come in plastic bags. It's convenient for me. It saves me time. It's not the end of the world. But if I had gotten a carrot that was instead ripped from the ground, fresh from the farmer's market, let's say these carrots are the same size, so the argument of space is no longer there. The carrot fresh from the ground would have a lot more nutrients. When I ate that, it would make my belly feel better. My belly would get a lot more nutrients. It'd be a lot more tasty, and then I'd be happier. My belly would be happier. And again, if my belly is happy, what happens to my cravings? They go down. What happens when my belly's happy? I don't eat as much. I don't snack as much. I don't feel that urge to go stuff myself. Okay? So again, the high fiber, high fat, high protein diet, we're trying to get foods that are found in nature, that don't come in all these plastic bags, that aren't from restaurants and meals. And then you get more nutrients from these foods, and the nutrients help you feel better. So the last point is staying power. And staying power is how fast foods dissolve in your body. So fiber, fat, and protein, they are like coals, whereas carbs and processed foods are like fire. So have you ever had that experience where you have a big plate of spaghetti and you actually get kind of uncomfortably full, but then maybe an hour or 2.5 hours later, you're like, dude, I just had like an insane amount of spaghetti, but now I'm hungry again. Now I'm rummaging. Now I'm still not satisfied. Well, there's two things that are going on there. First of all, a big plate of spaghetti, guess what? It doesn't have much nutrients. It really doesn't. It's a big carb heavy meal. It's not found in nature. Are you ever going to find spaghetti out there in nature? No. That's a modern invention, and it's got tons of carbs, not many nutrients. So the nutrient side is not going to fill you up. But then carbs themselves, they burn through quickly. They are like fire. They burn and then they're done. We want coals. Coals last in our belly and give our belly warmth and joy. And so when we burn through the fire, when we are just having fire and carbs, we burn through it and then our fire is out. We get cold, and that means we start getting hungry. When we have slow burning foods, fat burns slowly. Protein burns more slow than carbs, although it's even less slow than fat. It burns slowly, and fiber digests over time. Fiber is great for digestion. This means that the coals, the energy you're getting from the food, is being dissipated into your body over time. And that helps you keep your blood sugars levels even. It keeps your hunger, instead of spiking from starving to feeling bloated, starving to feeling bloated, you get a more moderately hungry to comfortably full, moderately hungry to comfortably full. And as you progress through this moderate to comfortable fullness, you gain trust and confidence in your body. So these three things, nutrients, space, and staying power, help explain why the high fat, high protein, high fiber way of eating is one of the best ways to go. Let me know what questions you have. All right, have a good day. Peace.